Well, hello there, my darlings, and welcome back to another little episode of Warframes. And today, as you can see on the screen, we are taking a look at the corrupted mod situation of the nation. Where do you get them? What are they? What's even the point of them? And if you're gonna get them, can we make it any easier? I think we can. Definitely. If this video or any of my videos tickle your fancy, could you tickle my like button, the sub button, or even the comment button? Just like all three, you get a gold star. In the meantime, my darlings, shall we get into it? So, corrupted mods, what are they? They are a class of rare mod that affects one stat beneficially, a bonus if you will, and another one detrimentally, a penalty. The ones that are available for Warframes, they are available for primary, secondary and melee weapons. Provide extremely high bonuses outweighed by major penalties. The ones available for weapons provide bonuses of a similar strength to their standard mod analogues while still having the penalty. All in, there are 24 of these corrupted mods to collect, and there are only 2 ways in the game that you can get them, which we shall look into in a moment. They are, it says on the wiki, untransmutable. That's not true. I transmuted 4 of my spares to see what happened. You just can't transmute them into another corrupted mod. I got like a shredded something or a shred kind of mod from the 4 that I transmuted, so it's kind of worth doing. But at the same time, there are certain ones of these mods that are very popular, and if you have some spares, you could sell them for the platinums. And to get corrupted mods, we have to head to Deimos. Specifically, we have to find Orokin Vaults, which require some extra stuff, but there are certain nodes that do not have Orokin Vaults, those being Hith Defense, Nora the Magnesidium Assassination, or Free Roam Cambion Drift, but you can find them on the Haren Capture, the Exterminate, the Sabotage, the Mobile Defense, and also the Survival. Ignore all the Sanctum Anatomica stuff, that it's not over there, okay? So, before we head on to any of these nodes looking for these Orokin Vault doors, we need keys, and the only place you're going to get these keys in the game, they're called Dragon Keys, are from the Orokin Lab at your friendly and local clan dojo. These are blueprints that you're going to be buying from your dojo. They're reusable, and they don't cost a huge amount to build, because every time you use a key, you will expire that key, so you have to keep rebuilding them if you want to keep grinding out the missions. And you're going to want to buy all 4 blueprints, and there are 4 dragon keys, and they all debuff you when you carry them upon your gear wheel once you've built them. The bleeding dragon key reduces your Warframe's health. The decaying dragon key reduces your shields significantly. The extinguished dragon key reduces the damage that you deal. And the hobbled dragon key is almost the worst one. It slows you right down. But there are ways and means around carrying all 4 keys. It is perfectly doable if you want to solo it. I do it all the time. I know I've got better mods, but I used to do it before I had all like the prime mods and things anyway. If you're smart with the Warframe that you use, you can get in there and out again. Now, there is also a much easier way to find the Dragon Vault doors, because they are randomly spawning in random places within the tile set of that mission. So I'm going to show you the best mission to choose and a way of speeding it up to find that door. Okay, you can manually search for it, absolutely no problem. In fact, I recommend trying that first so you recognize them. But there is something you can get in this game that will make your life so much easier if you want to grind out corrupted mods. So let's have a look, shall we? Just to reiterate while we're here on the gear wheel though, make sure you equip, once you've built and claimed your dragon keys, you must equip them to your gear wheel and carry them into the mission. Now, if you're in a squad of 4 people, you can all carry 1 each of each type, but the Orokin Vault doors are random in which key they will require to open them. So if you go in by yourself with 1 of the keys equipped, it may be that you need a different key to open the door. So you have to take all 4 if you're soloing it. I know, all the debuffs, and they stack. And you get another debuff added once you've unlocked the Orokin Vault, but that's besides the point. So do equip them, and you will get a little red kind of symbol in the top right of your screen to show that you've got the dragon keys equipped. Once you're done, please remember to unequip them, choose none on your gear wheel where they are equipped. Otherwise, you're carrying those bad boys around with you if you've got any left. I, as you can see, build them regularly. If I used one, I go and build another. I always have about 3 or 4 in stock of each, just because they're just so cheap to build. And corrupted mods, you know, you can make some platinum out of them. Okay, so how can we make this easier? Well, I don't know if you know this, but each landing craft that you acquire has its own special ability, which is linked to your air support charges, which you have a blueprint of in your foundry. You can build that blueprint. It doesn't matter, just build it. It's generic. Apply it to your gear wheel, and then as you go through the game, you will acquire these abilities from your landing crafts that you end up building or buying or whatever, like the Lysette, the Parallax. Now the Parallax, we will talk about where to get that in a moment, but if you go into your equipment on the pause menu, go to your orbiter, go to landing craft, you'll find your options in there for your various landing crafts that you've got. You can decorate them, etc, etc. Once you're in there, this bottom choice here are the abilities that you've got. I've got 5 here because I've got 5 different landing crafts. The Orokin Eye is the one we want, and I can apply that to my Lysette. It doesn't matter which landing craft you're using, as long as you've got those air support charges built and acquired and put on your gear wheel, you can then deploy it in the mission to help you. There are various ones to play around with, but this Orokin Eye support, it will ping basically as the crow flies across the map in 150-meter radius, right? And we'll have a look at it in a moment, because it comes up with a little reticle, a little white reticle of anything of interest, and it's usually the Orokin Vault door. It has made my Orokin Vault hunting, like, we're going under 3 minutes now, okay? And I'm using chonkers like Hildren and like, you know, the tough cookies. Now here you'll see this is totally separate to the actual Orokin Vault, but I've put Golden Instinct on my Hildren. It doesn't matter which Warframe you put Golden Instinct on. That's an ability that comes with your Helminth, and this Golden Instinct, it's kind of like Orokin Eye. It's kind of like the Void Spark thingamajiggies that you get in the Zariman missions. You know, you trigger it and a little golden Tenno child goes running off and shows you the treasures. Golden Instinct is almost like that. So if you put it on your Warframe and go into the Zariman missions specifically, it will take you eventually to a crate. They're kind of reinforced crates. They're hard to find, but with Golden Instinct you'll just like end up finding them without realizing it, and you will be able to find the Parallax blueprints there. So let's talk Parallax for a moment if you want to go and get one. So you need 3 component blueprints, the fuselage, the avionics, and the something else, and you can get those from these Zarma missions, and using Golden Instinct just helps you head towards areas of interest. And I'm sure you could use Orokin Eye here as well. So you get all your Void Plume veins and all that. But as you can see, I picked up a Parallax fuselage. I don't even remember picking it up, but I was heading towards where Golden Instinct told me to. Now, this can take a moment, yes, but you can buy all 3 of these blueprints for maximum about 10 plat, all in, all for all 3 on the market, the Warframe market, if you so wish. However, the main blueprint is not tradable, so you have to buy it from the market here for 70,000 credits, unfortunately, and then obviously it costs a bit more to build all 3 component blueprints and then build the main Parallax. But once you've got it, you'll have that Orokin Eye support. So there you go, there's an option. So if you're just farming corrupted mods, I highly recommend going to the capture mission on Horrend, because it's such a quick mission to do, and then you've got plenty of time to go and look for the Orokin Vault door, and there you go, that's what the door looks like. And I found this manually. I didn't actually have to ping the Orokin Eye support. If you don't have the Orokin Eye, you don't have the Parallax built, you can just wander around the map, but I suggest putting the map up on your screen and just being thorough. And it is difficult if you're in a public squad and someone else isn't looking for the vault. You know, you might just want to like recruit chat your way to it and see, you know, 4 eyes are better than none if none of you have the Orokin Eye. And if you're not in the vicinity of it and you pop the Orokin Eye and it doesn't pick it up, there's like I think 3 to 5 minute cooldown in between uses, so that's something to bear in mind as well. But there you go, that's what the door looks like. Now let's talk Warframes for a moment. I will show the Orokin Eye in action. I've used Dante here, and as you can see, even with all 4 dragon keys, and now we've got a debuff added because we opened the Orokin Vault. Whoever opens the Orokin Vault gets another debuff, by the way, until the end of the mission, which is why the capture is best, because you can just hoof it to the exit. But I've used Dante because his overguard just makes life so much freaking easier for this kind of stuff. But I also used Vault I also used Neza. I also used Loki because he goes invisible. I put duration up on him. He had incredibly low health and shield by the time he was carrying all 4 dragon keys, which I could mod better for to account for, but honestly it was absolutely fine. And there you go, we've picked up our identified corrupted mod here. And in case you're interested, this is the Loki build I used. You need high duration and energy regen, so just so you can stay invisible for as long as possible. And here you can see I popped my invisibility before I captured the target, and then I am ready to deploy my air support charge. It takes a moment once you've deployed it to actually ping. There you go, it's that little thing there. But all of a sudden it'll pulse. There you go. And there is the little reticle. Oh, the door was right in the same room as me. I was being... okay, fine, whatever. But it will definitely ping it up for you if it's within the 150 meter radius. And as the crow flies, you might think, oh, I just need to go in a straight line this way. But just put your map on your screen or have a look at your route and make sure that you go the right route straight to the vault door. But I mean, it made it so easy. I did these back to back, and they were like 2 to 3 minutes long doing this capture. As long as I had the dragon keys equipped and I was able to use my air support charge. Like I said, I had to pop it a couple of times, rebuild my air support charges, rebuild my keys in between, just kept myself stocked up, stayed invisible. I mean, I used Neza, I've used Volt. You could use Titania if you want to fly around. I find her a bit weak and pathetic, so you know, even as her fairy, but she does get around a lot quicker. Volt will override like the debuff of the slowness, and I mean, Dante's just brilliant. And Loki's doing okay considering he's got the slow debuff on him. As long as you stay in the air, kind of like jumping and bullet jumping, it doesn't slow you down in the air. I think the biggest concern obviously is your shields and health and the fact that you don't do much damage, but if you're doing the capture, that's the only enemy really you've got to damage. And here is a better example of the air support charges being built, and also I popped it here now because I knew that it took a moment longer than I realised. When I got the capture target, and by the time I'd done that, as you can see, it's pulsed, and now we have that sort of white reticle. The waypoint has popped up. That should be the Orokin door. Sometimes you'll get 2 popping up, and it's something to scan, usually like the frame fighter data or there's one of those Cephalon Samar. No, the Soma cords, the pink things. Yeah, sometimes it'll be those. But I have to say, this Orokin I support, I've become mildly addicted to it now. I've got it and I know how to use it. Thank you to Count Von Dread from my Discord for bringing this up. He brought it up ages ago and I've only got around to doing it just now. He's come up with some great suggestions and ideas. So that being said, my darlings, please feel free to come and join the Discord. The link is on my channel. Now, I'm not going to show you all my builds with my corrupted mods in. I rarely use them for my weapons, to be honest, but I do use them a lot for my Warframes. Blind Rage seems to be a very popular mod. That being said, I sold a couple of them. They're going for about 15 plat each. If you go onto the Warframe market, you can sort of judge for yourself which ones are the most popular at that time. Catalyzing Links is another very popular corrupted mod. I think that was going for 30 plat each. And I did manage to sell a couple of spares, so I made like 100 plat in very short thrift, you know? I'm just saying, it's worth it if you get the same, like, obviously you want 2 of the same because you want one sort of fully or partly fused and one not fused, so you can still get it in and use it. And it's just working out, like, the positives married up with the negatives, and some Warframe abilities really do benefit from having the positive, and they don't really, it doesn't matter too much about the negative. And my advice would be, if you don't really understand how to use them, go to Overframe if you can, or ask for people to share their mod configs in the Q&A. Maybe region chat, but it's mainly Q&A. People will share their mod configs and you'll start to see corrupted mods in there, you know, with the positive and the negative buffs, and just learning what are the good ones and what aren't. And sometimes you don't need them at all, but they are in a lot of my Warframe builds now. I mean, for example, if you squiz back through this video, you'll find the narrow-minded corrupted mod in my Loki build. They do appear and they are useful in a lot of circumstances. I won't go over how to use them in this video. I possibly could create a separate how to use a corrupted mod video, but like I said, I don't use a huge amount of them in my weapons, I don't think. But as you can see, I was trading my spares, and like I said, I've made some plat off the back of doing this video. You know I'm a keen trader, my darlings. So as I said, you are more than welcome to come and join us on the Discord, or leave a comment on one of my videos here if you want to get involved. Please do, but no pressure if you don't want to. Okay, my darlings. In the meantime, I really do hope this video helped you in some way. Like I mentioned, please like, sub and or comment. If not, then I'll see you in another life, but I really like having you here. I'm very glad to find you here. I really do hope to see you again in the next one, no matter what it may be. But in the meantime, my darlings, you take care now, and goodbye.